What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So I've got two things here that I have replaced, if y'all noticed. If y'all noticed in the last video, there's some squeaking going on. Alright. I got this cleaned up. We're going to set this stuff here. I'm going to show you squeaking stuff in a minute, but what it ended up being. And this might not be the case for everybody. I just washed it and I got to do the engine bay and all. I got to check something too. This might. Okay, that's good. Was this serpentine belt. This is a new serpentine belt. Okay, and then this is the belt tensioner. Okay, so it's on this, right on the edge here. You see the ribs and all, that's a new serpentine belt. Now, if you hear squeaking, it could be, probably isn't, but it could be your lifters. Possibility, but that's more of a chirping, like consistent, all the time chirping sound. There's a vacuum pump. Probably can't see it, but there's an AC belt and a vacuum pump belt. Those I'm going to replace soon, and I got to replace the vacuum pump because it's starting to go bad. But you pretty much move all of this out of the way, unhook your battery, 10mm negative cable, take this intake tube off, take these hoses off, move them out of the way just so you have more room. You don't have to. And then you take a 1/2 inch ratchet, stick the head in here, and you turn it this way towards the passenger side. Releases this belt, you pull it off, make sure everything's clean and all, put the new belt on, make sure it's routed correctly. As you see, it goes down in here, goes back in here. Take a picture if you need to. There's supposed to be a routing thing on here. For whatever reason, this one does not have it. Don't ask me. This is the radiator and AC information. Does not have the belt routing. They used to have it on all of them. Don't know what happened, but either way. And then you put it on. It could be, the chirping sound could be your alternator. Could be that. Could be your AC compressor. Could be your crank pulley. Could be your water pump. Yeah, it could be any of your pulleys. But check it, see what it is, and then go from there. There's a bunch of different ways I'm not going to go into right now, but I'm going to show you the part numbers for the parts. Hopefully tomorrow morning, if it's not raining, I'm going to clean underneath the hood of here because it's dirty. But here is the old belt. As you can see, it's got some cracks. And it is discolored. Maybe could have made it well and all, but you'll see cracks on the outside and all as well. And you're starting to see cracks on the inside of the grooves. Don't know if you can see them or not, but there are some cracks forming there. So it was time. This 7-year-old belt. And here is the part number if you want to pause it. And then check this, because a lot of times it's this. This is the tensioner. This is the old tensioner. And see how it continues to spin? Shouldn't do that. Not so much a big deal that this paint's worn off necessarily, but it should not be spinning freely. It should spin for a second and then stop. Let me see if I can set it up here. You see it's still spinning. and you'll get a squeaking noise. I got my hands all dirtied up. That's nice. Here is the part number, I believe, for it. Let's take a look here. This is a GM part. There's another number. So this is genuine GM belt tensioner. So replace those, but check and make sure it's that, because like I said, it could be something else. But it's pretty easy to change. I was gonna do the other two belts on this truck, the vacuum pump belt and the AC stretch belts. I have the tool to remove them, and please don't take a flat blade. You could damage the pulley. Take a piece of wire tie or something, or a piece of rope, put in between that belt and the pulley, and it'll run itself off. You can use a screwdriver, but I wouldn't suggest it. I've seen people damage them. Get a little too aggressive or it slips, you could damage the pulley or damage the belt. Don't know if you can really reuse the stretch belts or not. Some say you can, some say you don't. That's up to you, at your discretion. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If it looks good, it's not cracked, it's not deformed, or anything else, and you feel comfortable reusing it, put it back on. If not, get a new one. They're not expensive. The vacuum pump belt was $4 from the dealer. The AC belt was like, with the tool, was like 40 or something, and this belt was 20 something. The tensioner is like 50 something on Amazon, 58. You could probably get it cheaper on Rock Auto maybe, or another place, but just check the part numbers, make sure they match. Took me about a half hour or so, and that was taking the skid plate off because I was going to change the other two. And I didn't have a 24mm socket to rotate the crank pulley to get the stretch belts on and off. So I said, well, not doing that tonight. They're not horrible shape, but they recommend 40,000 miles on those belts. These are 100,000, but listen guys, okay? Just a word of advice. Most of the time on things, it'll say how many years or miles, whichever comes first. So generally on these belts, on rubber, anything rubber, hoses, belts, whatever, it's 5 to 7 years. Most time on the air of caution, it's 5 years or 100,000 miles on serpentine belts. 5 years, and you feel like you want to replace it, replace it. It's cheap insurance. But yeah. So remember guys, once I hit 100 subscribers, doing a free giveaway. Be announcing that soon, plus some Christmas ideas and other stuff. Not going to have a chance to put the throttle body and MAF sensor on today, or to tint the lights, or do the headlight bulbs from last fit yet. Maybe tomorrow, if I can wake up early enough and it's not raining, I will get that done and make videos on that. I also got to take these seat covers off, clean them, and then take the seat out in the back, do a video on that, and put the seat cover on that. Rotate the tires and some other maintenance stuff. But yeah, plenty more videos to come. Haven't been feeling great last 2 weeks, been working a lot, but still trying to give you guys videos, good videos, informative videos, and somewhat quality. That could be questionable, I guess. But if you like the video, subscribe, like it, stay tuned for more, and